we are going to be looking at if double knacking or having an alternative pecus or to knack in your marriage or in your relationship is actually good or bad. So in this particular video, I'm going to be telling you why it's very good. You have an alternative. There is double knacking, double dating. When you double knack in a relationship or in a marriage, it is not only your wife you are knacking. You have an alternative. You have another woman that whenever your wife says no, you have an option, okay, to go and meet her. Then you do whatever you want to do. But in this particular video, we are going to be talking about the good side of both men and women. Should have alternative pecus or alternative break. You go the bench in your marriage or in your relationship, not just depending or relying solely on one particular partner for now. I'm going to be telling you the reason why I come up with this topic. Towards the ending, I'm going to be sharing a life story of one of my family members with you. So please, make sure you watch the video to the end and pay rapt attention. So without wasting much of your time. Number one reason why it's very, very good. You have alternative pecus or prick to knack you or to knack. Either you are married is for social butterflying. When you have an alternative as a man or a woman, when it comes to in your relationship or in your marriage, it helps the partner or the couple to socialize and have fun together, which can help to strengthen you people's bond in your relationship or in your marriage. Most especially if you are in that kind of a marriage that it is all the time your wife usually say no to you or your husband does not like you well, and you have someone else who can fit in that gap. My brother, my sister, it actually helps to strengthen you people's bond. In that way, you are not going to be complaining as a man that your wife is not giving it to you, and the woman too is not going to be complaining of the husband not knacking her well. In that way, the equation is balanced. Number two, for less pressure. You see, this number two is common with married people. As a man or a woman, you are the one that actually likes knack, and the other person does not like it. There is going to be a problem in that marriage if you don't look for an additional, toe or prick who could knack you in that marriage or in that relationship. It's always very frustrating and it's always very painful whenever you want to do, he or she is telling you that they are not in the mood, they are complaining unnecessarily. But whenever you have an alternative or you have an option, you have someone who can actually, say yes when the other person say no, there is not going to be problem in that marriage or in that relationship. In a marriage or in a relationship, when you have another man or another woman or another partner who can actually knock you to your satisfaction, who can actually give to you front and back, anyhow you want it. In that way, you are not going to depend solely on just one particular people's, on just one particular bola. The reason why you see men or women actually begging for knack or actually quarreling their husbands or their wife whenever they say no to them is because they depend solely on that particular or on that particular break. But in the situation whereby if she says no, you can actually, get the other person, and there is no how she will say no and another person will say no at the same time. If she say no, another woman is going to say yes. And if your husband say no, another man is actually going to say yes. In that way, the pressure that will be coming from the husband to the wife, or the pressure that will be coming from the wife to the husband, when it comes to so when it comes to the things of the other room, is going to be less. These things are always very common with married people. You will see that whenever the husband make an attempt, the wife will always decline. The wife will say she has an hectic day, she's tired. Likewise, the husband. So these things are vice versa. But when you have someone who can actually fill up the vacuum or fill in the gap, you don't need to quarrel, you don't need to argue, you don't need to shout, you don't even need to complain. All you have to do is just for you to just pick up your car key, go out there, what you want to do out there, and come back home to your man or to your woman. And when you are doing that, Kindly do that responsibly, and don't do it in such a way that it's going to be too obvious to your wife or to your man that you are doing such. Do that with respect. Me as a coach or as a person, I don't say anything wrong or anything bad. If you decide to double knack, if you decide to have an additional to do or break, who go dey do the work for you when the other person says no? Because body no be firewood. Let's just face reality of life. At times this woman might be truly tired, and as an understanding husband, you don't need to argue, you don't need to pressure her. All you have to do is for you to just let her be and look for what to do that can actually make you offload. Likewise, you as a woman, you don't need to argue or quarrel with him. Just look for another prick wey go dey you. Always good to have plan B. When you have plan B, you will not be stranded. You will not depend solely on one person. Or 3 is to share experience. It creates common memories and topics to discuss. Of course, yes, because all schools and all holy place are not the same thing. There are some tutu that is oversized, while others is just medium, while other are small. So whenever you have the opportunity to knack those kind of tutu, trust me, the experience is going to be different. The memories, it always give you topic of discussion. When you have opportunity to do anything with a woman who is an expert, trust me, the experience is going to be different. That is why some men or some women actually has the opportunity to actually compare. They will tell you are not doing it well. That is simply because they have be opportune to experience another baby man or another joystick out there. The last one on my list is support system. The ideas this one is going to be giving you is going to be different. Even the knacking style, there are some women that mommy and daddy is their favorite. Other people who which is backyard style, and other people who which is sit on top, and other people who is stand and dry. When you notice that your wife is actually in another prick or doing, you don't need to be offended. Maybe probably you are not doing it well. It also helps marriages. It also helps relationship. It helps the marriages to remain intact, to stay connected, for them to be connected. It helps that marriage to be last longer, or that relationship to be last longer, because your weakness is another person's strength. The only thing I will tell you, whenever you are doing that, be responsible about it. Don't do it anyhow. If you have like 2 or 3 people that addition to your housewife or your house husband, I think that is okay. If a woman is cooperating, there is no need for that. If your husband is actually cooperating, there is no need for that. But in the situation whereby they are not cooperating, therefore for that marriage to last long, or that relationship to still exist, my brother, my sister, you need a helping hand. Do you understand? It's just an helping hand. It's not as if they're coming to take over your territory. Is helping that they are helping you. So appreciate those people that are helping you. Some of these married women, they can be so selfish to realize that these people are actually helping them. If you don't want them to help you, then do the right thing. Whenever your husband tell you, oh yeah, let it be, oh yeah. If he tell you, okay, now you need, give it to him. If you say, okay, in the night, in the afternoon, in any minute you want it, you just provide for him, or you just give it to him. That is when you will not have mouth to say, okay, your husband is doing this and is unfair to you. But in the situation whereby you don't make yourself greatly available, you don't have any right to complain when your husband is wakadube, or when another woman is actually helping you. You don't have the right to complain as a woman. Same thing to you as a man. But you are not available emotionally when it comes to things of the other room. You are not always available for this woman, and she finally finds another man that helps you out. You have no right to also complain. So these things is vice versa. I don't want to make a separate video for married men and married women again. That is why I'm just bringing everything together. So all those complaints I usually see in my DM at time, you don't need all those unnecessary drama. Okay, let me quickly make a recap. Like I told you, that the good side of you double knacking in a marriage or in a relationship: number 1, for social butterflying. Do you understand? For social butterflying. Another thing is less pressure. If she say no to you when it comes to another woman will say yes to you. If she's being stingy with her holy place, or with his dollar, another man or another woman will not be stingy with that. Then the third one is for sharing of, experience. The experience A has is different from the experience B we have. Even the style, the favorite of this A or B is going to be different. So you are going to gather a lot of experience, and it also creates sense of memories and comes with a lot of topic for you to discuss, because you have the opportunity to meet with two different women. Then the last one is for support system, idea shares and all of that. It can also help to keep your relationship intact. I believe you've learned a lot from this video. All I need is for you to do for me, like, comment, share, so the algorithm can push the video to more people. If you are my returning subscriber, God bless you. Compliment of the season. See you in my next lecture. Bye for now.